Okay, let's continue on and create our first Ionic app. Thankfully, we have a very nice, or I should say Ionic has a very nice command line tool, a CLI that can generate a very simple application for us. In fact, their CLI generates a lot of things for us, so it's a great utility. Let's start. First of all, where am I? I'm in my home directory. As a matter of fact, I'm in my apps directory, so I have a subdirectory called apps. That's where I keep my apps. And we want to create a new application. It's going to get put into a subdirectory here. So we're going to say Ionic, and we're going to say start. And then we're going to give it the name of the application. And the application is going to be called Nameshaker. Okay, and finally we need to tell it what template to use, and we'll just use the blank template. There's another template for tab-based applications, and there's other templates actually. If you just use the help command on Ionic, it'll tell you what's available. So this next bit is going to take a little while. It's going to go out to Git, and it's going to grab a template, and it's going to build an application for us. It's pretty simple stuff, but it takes a little while. So let's relax, maybe have a little beverage, and maybe I'll just move the video along, okay? Okay, it looks like it's generated some code for us. We can see it wants to link this app to your Ionic dashboard to use tools like Ionic View. Well, that sounds good to me. I don't even know what that does, but I'm going to say yes. So, looks like our application has been created. Let's see what this thing looks like. So we're going to go into the Nameshaker directory that it created for us. And I wouldn't mind looking at the code, so I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. So I'll type in code dot, and that'll open the Visual Studio editor, Visual Studio Code editor in this directory, so we can just take a look around. You can use whatever editor you like, Atom. There's lots of great stuff out there. I'm going to use Visual Studio Code for this. It's another great tool, especially since it knows TypeScript. So let's look at our source directory, and probably the main thing to go to is the home, pages home, okay, where we can see there's a HTML page that tells us what we're going to see here. The world is your oyster, blah blah blah, and there's also a TypeScript file that's basically the controller for this home page. So let's say that we want to run this and see what it looks like. The easiest way is to go over to your command line and say Ionic serve, and we'll just hit return. And what that's going to do is it's going to build a project, which shouldn't take too long. Might take long this first time. No, it shouldn't take too long. And then it's going to serve this up in a web browser for us so that we can play with it. And that's kind of the primary workflow, is we want to write this code, run it in the web browser, try it out, assume that it's going to work fine on your phone or your mobile device. And that usually does work. For a lot of the stuff we do, you can just look at it in the web browser and it'll work just like it will on your mobile device. Looks like we're almost done. As we can see, all the steps it's gone through. And it's starting up, so that'll be ready pretty soon. Maybe while it's going, we'll take a look at some stuff here. Actually, not much to look at right now, so we'll just be a little more patient. There we go. So now we have our application, and it's being served up. So we have this application that says Ionic blank, the world is your oyster, and there's a little link to some docs. This is an actual Ionic application. It would look great on your phone. Not much there. Let's click on the docs. Actually, their documentation is quite excellent. So there's all kinds of information here about Ionic and all the things you can do with it. So it's as simple as that. That's how to start your first Ionic application, and we're going to build on top of this in the next video. Okay? Thank you.